Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, your mic is muted. Got muted.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I offered my prayers, and so today, welcome back again for this wonderful session. So probably this is a third session we are having, and fourth session, I think so. Yeah, I'm back in India, back in Bangalore. So today we'll continue our discussion regarding the devotional service, why the devotional service is very much important. Uh, I really appreciate all your endeavors, all your efforts to join this session, um, irrespective of whichever situation you are in, but still you have made your time to join for this wonderful session. So this is what Krishna looks for. Krishna looks for how much you endeavor to know, try to know about him, try to connect with him, try to love him. So this is more important in our spiritual practice. So let's continue today's session. So previously, in last few sessions, we discussed about the devotional service, which is more importantly, it should be um, with the pure intention is what we have to do, and with the consistent focus or determination is what we have to do. So that we had elaborately described, we had discussed in the previous session. So we have to understand that so achieving anything in life requires some kind of focus, some kind of determination in your life. Otherwise, if we are not consistent in what we are doing, then we will not achieve anything. At the same time, you should have a proper attitude also. So bhakti is all about, yes, efforts plus attitude. So efforts plus attitude is what bhakti is all about. And then we can achieve our goals, whatever goals we have. Just like even in a school or college or whichever it is, unless until you are not consistent in what you're doing, then you can't be a good student. You can't be a best student. So, but if our motives are selfish and impure, and if our endeavors are distracted, then success is not possible. So two things very much important, which we have found to achieve anything in your life. One is consistency and one is attitude. Consistency doesn't mean that in material world, you work hard, you'll become MS Ramaya or you become Ambani or Adani. No, that is not what we are discussing here. Consistent in the devotional practices, depending upon the Lord's blessings and His grace. At the same time, you should patiently wait. That is attitude, the proper attitude with intention, proper intention. You should properly wait. Definitely, you will get success. Definitely success. But you have to patiently, you have to wait. So that attitude of humility, attitude of surrenderance is what matters the most. So the pure intention and our consistent focus or determination is very, very important for spiritual practice. So Bhagavatam also emphasizes this. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yado bhakti rajokshade ahetuki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. Ahetuki pratihata. So he's saying Savai pumso paro dharmo yado bhakti rajokshade. So we have to do bhakti to the ajokshada, but how it should be? It should be apratihata. Ahaituki and apratihata. Ahaituki means our devotional service should be performed without any motives. And apratihata means without interruption. So these two things, please always keep in mind. which can really satisfy oneself. Atma suprasidati. Atma suprasidati. One can be completely satisfied in oneself if he does these two things. Keep doing in what you're doing, and you should not have any motives. So the consistent, the intention. So our intention is selfless, and our consistent focus, determination is we should do without any interruption. So this is what very important. See, when you're swimming, when you learn swimming, you you put in a certain ways, you swim. You put your arms and legs and you swim. You learn swimming. So it doesn't mean for every move you change the different angles. Like for every 1 meter like this, second meter like this, and third meter something like this. No, simply you could just keep following the same procedure, same technique. You keep moving forward. So devotional service to Krishna should be ahituki and apratihata. So ahituki means keep always in mind. It should be completely free from all motives. All motives, even the name, fame, prestige, power, nothing of that sort. It is very difficult to talk and to hear is very easy. To practice is very, very difficult. At least we should be fortunate that we have got this knowledge. So we should not. So time and again, when we start beating our mind with the, as Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj says, you should beat your mind morning with the broomstick and in the end of the day with the chappal, with the footwear. Mean to say, not literal meaning. Literal meaning, you can't catch the mind. That is one thing. So here, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj is saying that you have to make your mind so malleable so that your guru's instructions can be followed. You should live in the for the purpose of the pleasure of Guru and Krishna, so that they can lead us properly, because they have seen they have the darshikas, so they have seen this truth, darshanikas. So ahituki means you should be free from all agendas, all personal motives behind any of our spiritual practices. And apratihata means it should be done with any interruption or any irregularities, any stoppage. Uh, so if we, that's what every day in our ashram, in ashram, except if you are sick, if you are unable to get up, otherwise we don't have any reason to miss our Mangalarti. We don't have any reason to miss our chanting. We don't have any reason to miss our sadhana, morning sadhana. And it's not at all acceptable in our ashram. If someone is lacking in this, someone is not following this, then he will be asked, you'll be asked to wear white clothes, and will be asked to stay in Bhaktanivas. He'll be asked to become an employee. He'll be asked to no, be a congregation. So please understand, our system is very pakka, is very systematic. Unless until it's like a military, unless until you don't follow the principles, then you will not grow in our life. Just like recently, I got a news that someone in airport, in a spice jet, there's one person who was a military person, and he has that video also they had shared. So that military person is asking that spice jet fellow that please allow. He has two cabin baggage. In cabin baggage inside the airport, inside the flight, only one baggage can be taken. That is 7 kgs. But he had two bags which has 14 kgs. But he is trying to force himself. No, no, no. I want to go. I want to go like that. But the ground staff, the people are saying no, no, will not allow. You have to pay extra for that. So he got very angry and he hit. So this military, the defense fellow who was a passenger, he mistreated and ill-treated the ground staff and hit him in the face, and his face got broke because so hardly he hit that his jaws got broke and spine and here and so many things, and he was hospitalized, things like that. And immediately it happened today morning or yesterday night somewhere. Immediately he was court-martialed because he was See, he will not come under the police preview because he is belongs to the military now. He doesn't come under this the social norms and regulations which we all come in as a public. Our public will be taken by crime department. We have IPC sections, things like that. But here, the military person, they have separate the laws, clause, and all those things. So immediately he was court-martialed, and immediately he was given all the punishment and things like that. That is not acceptable at all. So similarly, when we come under the shelter of Krishna, then we'll be completely taken care of Krishna's internal potency. And this is we are under the Krishna's external potency. So if at all, if you want to advance, you have to advance in your spiritual life and feel satisfied in bhakti. If you want to satisfaction in bhakti, sometimes you feel, Prabhu, I'm doing bhakti, I'm not feeling satisfaction. I'm not feeling happy about it. So we have to keep in mind, if at all, if you want to feel satisfaction bhakti, and we have to have purity of our intent. The purpose of your doing bhakti has to be pure. You should be clear. You should be well defined. So then when you do it consistently, then all our attempts will and the actions, everything will be so pure. So if at all, if you feel that it's so difficult now, it's not becoming, initially we're all felt very happy. So after that, when we become very complacent, Maya is very strong. So if we become very complacent, become very very close to the devotees, close system, trying to find faults, and all this anarthas and all these things when we come in inside our heart, then we feel difficult in following bhakti. Then we give reasons. Prabhu, family is not helping me do devotional service. Office is not helping me do devotional service, and my salary, my children, my so many things which I have got into. All my these things are unable to come out of that, and I want to do devotional service. So you'll come out with 1,000 reasons. So we please understand. We can see that how much even Prahlad. Yesterday I had been to the Mahavatar Narsinga movie. It was wonderful. So I was just trying to gather few information from that how despite all the reversals as Prahlad Maharaj had, all the obstacles, all the obstructions which he had to practice devotional service, everything was there. He had the fullest obstacles, fullest reversals of life, and fullest all the difficulties in his life. But he remained focused in his determination. He remained focused in his devotion. And that is an inspiration for we should all take it from such a great and exemplary devotees like Prahlad Maharaj. See, what we speak about Jesus, the whole Christianity is dependent on one Jesus. Forget about the Jews. They have Torah and all those things. Even Jesus came from the Jews only. He's also a Jew. But when the whole Christianity is dependent on this one man, the whole Jesus. And Jesus, and he had grown up, probably he was in the 40s or 45s or 50s or something, mid of 15s like that he was beaten badly, and he was ill-treated, and he was put on the cross, and they pierced him with all kinds of sharp things, and they ill-treated him, so much troubled him, tortured him, did not give water for 3 days. He was on the cross, and whole Christianity speaks about this. Oh, our Lord, our Master was so merciful for he's taking all our sins and that. And how many churches are there? If you go to this Indranagar, if you go to Coles Park, you go to so many other places, only so many Christians, Pentecost church, Seventh-day Adventist church, that church, this church, CSI, so many churches, even behind our temple also churches. Just because of one person, they have so much of devotion, dedication to that person. And here, Prahlad Maharaj was so tender, so small, so young. What all he underwent? Just imagine his own father. Okay, some guru, some spiritual leader did not like. That's why he spoke to the king, and king is giving him all these troubles. No, nothing. His own father. He was put under the big elephants to be killed. He was made to drink poison. He was put under the poisonous snakes. He was thrown out of the hill to kill, and he was made him starve and expose him to all kinds of severe cold, heat, water, so many things. And the big stones was thrown over him, and he was put under the fire. So many reversals in life, obstacles in life, difficulties in life, so much testing. Can you not imagine what more the keeping this Prahlad Maharaj, how many more temples we should have brought, Narasimha Dev we should have brought. We have failed to do that. We have failed to do that. Uh, so we have to understand how right from the beginning of Prahlad Maharaj. So we have to understand bhakti transcends all the barriers. It transcends all the barriers. Right when Hiranyakashipu went out for tapasya to get the immortality, and that time Kayadu, Hiranyakashipu's wife Kayadu, was carrying Prahlad in her womb. So that time Indra came there, and all the devatas came and took away Kayadu to kill the child which was there in the womb of Kayadu. And Narada Muni interrupts that, and he says the person is going to be born and he is very great devotee of the Lord, and don't worry, and Hiranyakashipu will be the cause of Hiranyakashipu's death will be his own son, because Lord will appear. Don't worry. And then when Prahlad Maharaj was there in the Narada Muni's ashram, he studied there and he heard the glories of devotional service. Devotional service, wherein Kayadu was not hearing much all the teachings of Narada Muni. She was not attentive because she was so much anxious about what my husband is going to go have, when he is going to come, what is going to happen, and when the about the child well-being, how the child will be born, and all those things, she was so much anxious about it. But whereas Prahlad was right in the womb of his mother, he was always hearing at the seventh month. That's what they do, Srimanta, no? So seventh month, the child develops all the senses, and it'll be hearing. The hearing capacity becomes awakened. So then he starts, no, the whole the devotional service was heard from Narada Muni, and this how the whole he became such a great devotee, unflinching devotee later. So we have to understand here a simple principle here. Just like there is a communication system. So when there is a signal transmitted, and when the powerful signal is transmitted, and there is a powerful receiver to receive the signal, and when you tune to that signal, then you can get the transmission, or the transmitted data can be received, isn't it? Just like your mobile, we all have mobile. There's a towers here and there, so they transmit powerful energy, powerful signals. And we also have mobiles, and it has a powerful receivers. So it receives the message, and data is transformed. You can talk, you can send some videos and all those things, but you can't see the signals. You can't see the signals. But you can when you tune to that frequency, when your mobile automatically tunes to that frequency, that hertz, then immediately you can sound, hearing, then seeing, everything gets manifested, isn't it? Similarly, there's a spiritual communication also. So when an advanced devotee is very potent, and when the disciple is eager to receive the information or the knowledge from that guru, then automatically transmission of the bhakti will happen, awakening of bhakti will happen. Is very effective. So similarly, we have to understand here Prahlad is being very much eager to know about the Lord. So we also have to develop that eagerness to know, just like we all have eager, just like you think you got some extra money from your company, or you got some extra money from hereditary, your father or grandfather, property sale or something you got, then you'll decide, okay, let me take a car. So how much you'll be eager? Oh, what type of car I have to do? Day, morning, evening, taking baths, eating, sleeping, talking, discussing, everything will be about the car, or what color you have to take, what cc, what mileage will give, and what is the engine, and how much the how many people can sit, what is the budget, and what is the latest one. what is the technology inside, what are the comforts we can get, how we can get good name and fame from getting this kind of car, Tesla, the Volkswagen, what are the different BMW. So we get name and fame also from the people around. So how do we can also show them off? So how much day and night will be so much eager to know about it, to get information about it? Or just like if you want to take a gold, how much you'll be thinking, oh, let me have a gold or a diamond, one nose ring that I have to take. How much you would, whether the diamond is a real diamond, whether they give all the guarantee cards and everything. We have to go to Lalita jewelry, or we have to go to this jewelry, that jewelry. We'll all where to go, where we'll get all this guarantee cards. So we'll ask people, so much you will be eager, right? So the eagerness is always there with us. But we are not putting that eagerness in God. We're putting eagerness in every other thing to satisfy our own self. So we have to understand, if you want to really get your the spiritual data to be transmitted in your heart, then you should also have eagerness to receive that. You should have a powerful receiver within yourself. That is a proper intention. That is the right kind of intention you should have. So also, just imagine mother's womb was not a barrier to Prahlad at all. And we see that this is not the same story. We see in the story of Abhimanyu story also we hear about him. And so many Ashtavakra, the story, so many stories regarding this, that how even Sukadeva Goswami, he was also in the womb of his mother. Though he also was discussing, he also had learned and heard so many things from his father. So you have to understand this. There's no barrier. There is no material barrier to receive Lord's grace, to receive the Lord's message and understand it. And we think this is a barrier, that is a barrier, this is a problem, that is unable to understand these things. So please understand in life that when our heart is filled with love for Krishna, then we can really get to know him. Otherwise, just like Prahlad Maharaj, he also had so many privileges. He was only son. He was only son. And he had so many privileges and so much pleasures of material world. Can you see? But he saw all these pleasures as a trivial, as very small, as insignificant. And even in the school, when so many people they were teaching him that materialism and all those things, but there also he remained steadfast in his beliefs, in his thoughts, in his love for the Lord. So please understand that just by going through this simple life how Prahlad Maharaj led, that itself is a great inspiration. Where there's people give sermons every Sunday, so many things about Jesus. If you just see Prahlad Maharaj, how much he underwent, what the difficulties he underwent, all those things. So when our internal consciousness, our consciousness is focused on the love for Krishna, then all these external obstacles and will be secondary. Nothing can hamper us. We can, we can directly connect ourselves to Krishna. So very much important in our life that even though the external, the people around us may be not favorable, husband, wife, children, family, our education, our social status, academic status, all these things may be not favorable, but still we should be remain determined. We should be remain as a humble, as a prayerful mood. Consistency and intention are very much important so that we can transcend all the influence of this negativities, negative association, negative around us, and we can achieve the higher goal of life. So just take every move of Prahlad Maharaj. You can just take how he was so fearful. Even when his own father Hiranyakashipu had called him, "Oh my dear Prahlad, what did you learn? I want to hear from you." And because fearing a father, he did not say something. Fearlessly, he repeated the essence of what he had learned in the womb of his mother when Narada Muni had thought. That was still lingering in him. So he was instructing his own so powerful father, where Indra, Agni, Chandra, Devatas were so afraid of him. The small boy was so fearless. He was saying Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padra, Sevanam. We can't go and preach our fathers or our husbands or people who are elders. And we feel, what will happen if I go and speak to my boss? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padra, Sevanam. That's it. Tomorrow, okay. Tomorrow he'll tell you, he'll give blue slip to you. Sir, you can go to ISKCON and find a job there. So we are so fearful. What will happen to us? What will happen to our status? And this boy, just imagine, a small boy, he remains so fearless and explain this to his the materialistic father. And don't get entangled in your life like this, my father. Please engage yourself in the service of Krishna. And this is what can free yourself from all material contamination. And you can elevate yourself to a spiritual world. And how openly and how dedicatedly, strongly, determinedly he is explaining this. So even when his own teachers like Shanda and Amarka, his own teachers were chastising Prahlad Maharaj, but still he did not move a budged a little in his determination. So he was so fearless, he was speaking the truth. So we have to understand, see here that even though he was facing so many troubles and traumas in his life, one thing is emotionally he was so weak. We will all become weak if our own people are torturing and tormenting us, and that to his own father. And if own father, own guru, own people, everyone are troubling him. But he was boldly confronting all those things. Because as a child, what happens? Child fears chastisement. Child, he fears punishment from his elders. So because of that fear of a child, the Prahlad Maharaj could have given up. He could have boldly accepted Papa, whatever you say, okay. You see, small children, you take a stick, then the child will be quiet. You hit one slap, or it will be quiet. But Prahlad is not at all afraid. Even in that age, he was boldly opposing all the demonic philosophy, demonic principle. So imagine such a wonderful thing. So at the same time, Prahlad Maharaj also remained very humble and very respectful to his elders. And he was not angry at his own father or showing any revenge to his own father. He was not showing any revenge or anger at his own father. So we have to understand fearlessness and humility are the natural symptom of a devotee. If we are fearful of our status, social status, if we are not humble enough to accept the realities of our life, then we are not a devotee. We may put tilaka, we may put kantimala with saffron globes or sari or put you take only prasadam association, come temple. We are not a devotee. We are simply you are really struggling in life. So we have to understand your life that you have to work upon ourselves. That how I can be more fearless like Prahlad, how I can be more humble like Prahlad. That's what we have to understand in our life. So all the mistreatments which he had in his life uh, didn't move, didn't was not at all a hamper, did not hamper his devotional service in any way. So devotee is Ajata Shatru. He is always a friend to everyone. He never hates anyone. So the Prahlad Maharaj is showing that. So developing faith in the Lord is one thing. But when you're tested in during calamities or disturbances or difficulties in your life, we're all say, they're telling Prabhuji, we're all trying to develop our faith. But when the calamities, real difficulties come in your life, we become disturbed. Basically, ordinary people, they give up even, oh, why to do this? Leave it. They give up. They start blaming God for their difficulties, for their problems. But here, Prahlad, you have to see that despite all the reversals, all the difficulties, all the struggles in his life, but still he was always dependent on Lord's grace. He was so determined and he was completely following that. His intention was there, something great, to attain the love of Krishna, and his determination to continue the process. So we have to understand very importantly that, as I said before, our pure intention and our consistent focus is very much important in doing devotional service in our life. So we have to read this Shrimad, what is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu in our life. And if you all get time, you should really go through the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It's wonderful literature written by Rupa Goswami. Actually, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had instructed Rupa Goswami for almost 10 days in Dashashwamedha Ghat in Kashi, not in Kashi, in Varanasi. And sorry, not Varanasi, I'm sorry, in Allahabad. So where the Kumbh Mela happens, there is one place where Rupa Goswami Chaitanya Prabhu had met there for the first time. And there Chaitanya Prabhu gave him the principles of devotional service. And after that, Rupa Goswami wrote an elaborate thesis on bhakti. That is the basis of Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. It's called Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It is basically 3 voluminous book, very big book. And Prabhupada has concised it and simplified it and summarized it and given us Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And that Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is such a wonderful literature that it has given to us. And we have to really understand this, how the principles of bhakti works in our life. So let's understand, try to understand a few things from that. Sindhu. So here we have to understand that in bhakti, there are 4 levels of bhakti. One is called as Samanya Bhakti, and second one is called as Sadhana Bhakti. Third one is called as Bhava Bhakti, and fourth one is called as Prema Bhakti. So these are the different kinds of bhakti that we have to go through. And right now we are doing only Samanya Bhakti or Sadhana Bhakti. So Sadhana Bhakti has to be consistent, as I was saying, and also with a proper intention which we have to do. So Yasyasti Bhakti Bhagavata Kinchana. Prabhupada says that Uttama Bhakti to Krishna, that we all should have the qualities of Devatas. So Uttama Bhakti can be offered to Krishna only we have all the qualities of Devatas. Sarve Gunesatra Samasute Suraha Harao Bhaktasya Kuto Mahat Gunat Manoratena Sati Davato Bahihi. All the good qualities of Devatas we should have. Sarve Gunesatra Samasate Suraha Sura. And now only we are struggling to have one quality. How to become pure in our heart, how to be truthful, how to be clean, how to be loyal. That only we are struggling. Where to do bhakti. So we have to understand Bhakti Rasam Sindhu wonderfully, beautifully he explains what is the definition of bhakti. So today we'll also understand definition of bhakti through Bhakti Rasam Sindhu, definition of bhakti through Narada Pancharatra, definition of bhakti through Srimad Bhagavatam. These 3 things we'll discuss. By the time it will be almost 8:30. And if you have any questions, we can also discuss at the end. So the definition of bhakti according to Bhakti Rasam Sindhu is wonderfully given by Rupa Goswami, is Anya Vilashta Sunya Gnana Karmadi Anavratam Anukulyena Krishna Shenam Bhaktir Uttamam. So what is that Anya Vilashta Sunyam? Anya Vilashta Sunya means free from all material motives, all material desires, even for sanctification. So Anya Abhilasha, Asha means we should not have any personal the motives or desires. So as I said before, it's all boils down to here. So again, definition is all saying they should not having a personal motive or personal desire. So Gnana Karmadi Anavartam, Gnana and Karma. So it should not be covered by any philosophical speculation or fruitive acts. Why I'm saying when we do some vrata, or when we do some like Lakshmi Rata or Varma Lakshmi Rata or Ganapati Chauti Rata or Anant Padmanabh Rata, so many Ratas we do, vows we take and do Vrata. And there is, or what is that, Satyanarayana Rata, they do so many things, isn't it? So it is a fruit there. They're expecting a fruit for that puja. There is ritualistic karma kanda procedure. So that should be free, I'm saying. So Bhakti is saying that that Bhakti should be free from even finding a fruit that let me do Bhakti, let me pass in my exam. Let me do Bhakti, let me get a good husband. Let me do Bhakti, let me good the money in my house. No, we should not expect that. It will not come like that. Gnana, karma, agnana also. It should not be covered by any philosophical speculation or impersonal gnana. Yes, gnana is very much important. You should read Prabhupada books. You should get into deep into the spiritual concepts, and you should start debating and try to understand. You should have a tattva jignasa. Yes, you should be there, but you should not do bhakti to get knowledge. So just like bhakti is good when a father and mother has given you birth, and you have all respects that he is my father, he is your mother. But you go very deep into that, how my father and mother produced me. So the relationship will get disturbed, right? It is not required. It is absolutely not required. So you have to understand Gnana Karmadi Anavrutam. Anukulyena Krishnanushilanam. Anukulya. So basically we have to understand, so Bhakti has one Gauna Lakshana and one is Mukhya Lakshana. Gauna Lakshana is these two things. We should be free from all material desires or sense gratification. And second one is we should be completely free from Gnana and Karma Anavrutam. We should have fruitive acts, fruitive results, and in speculation, philosophical speculation. And what is a mukhya vritti or mukhya lakshana of a bhakti is anukulyena krishnanushyananam. Anukulyena means it should be anukulata. It should be intended to please Krishna. You can't do bhakti on your own. No, no. What Krishna is saying, what Guru is saying, what the Parampara is saying, anushilanam. I'll come back to that. And Shilanam Bhakti Uttamam. That is a real bhakti. You should have a favorable attitude to do bhakti. So Krishnanu Shilanam, we have to understand. Shilanam means we have to understand cultivation. Anushilanam means we have to follow the predecessors. Anusarisbeku in Kannada desa. Anukarana, Anusarana, they say. So our cultivation should be what? Following the predecessor acharyas. So what you should cultivate? You should cultivate Krishna consciousness. Cultivation is an activity. So through cultivation, so cultivation is an activity, and you have to cultivate anushilanam, what you heard from your previous predecessor acharya, and you have to follow that. And that's what is the bhakti anushilanam, Krishna anushilanam, and Krishna anushilanam. Krishna anushilanam means you should engage in service of Krishna as given by predecessor acharya. How to engage, how to do the service to the Lord. Krishna, Krishna means not only Krishna, Krishna and all his expansions. Maybe Narad, Narsimha, Varaha, Narayana, and all those things. All those great personalities, all Lord's expansions. Krishnanushinam, Anukulya Krishnanushinam, Bhakti Ruttamam. That is real bhakti. So cultivation means what? Cultivation, I said, it is a Krishna conscious cultivation, is an activity. So when you start doing a Krishna activity, you come under the influence or under the energy, Krishna's internal energy. That is Swarupa Shakti. That is, now we are under the material energy. That's why we get hunger, thirst, anger, lust, envy, ego, everything is coming. But when you become a devotee, you take shelter of Krishna, Krishnanushilanam, and you only do whatever Krishna wants, and you take shelter of that, you will be like Parishit Maharaj. Same Parishit Maharaj was very thirsty, and he got little disturbed. And the same Parishit Maharaj, after hearing of Shukdev Goswami for some time, and for next 7 days, he was free from hunger, thirst, and everything. Simply sat there to death, until death. So we have to understand this. Anushila means activity. So activity means what? Activity means we have to engage our body, mind, and our words, kaya, vacha, manasa, in the service of Krishna. Krishna Anushilanam. So how do you engage your mind in the service of Krishna? It is by mind's activity is always thinking, feeling, and willing. So we have to how we have to think? You have to think as a menial servant, servant like attitude you should have, and that is thinking. And feeling, you should plan for the service, how I can please Krishna. Thinking, feeling, and willing, you should start working on that by that is by engaging your words in the service of the Lord, by chanting, by speaking about Krishna. And this how we can completely engage our bodily activities in the service of Krishna. So, so body is by willing, you start engaging your body, and by the words, you by thinking and your feeling, then you can speak about the words, right kind of words, and so that no, your faith on Guru and Krishna increases. So, anukulyena shilanam bhakti ruttamam. So, anukulyena. So, again, Krishnanu shilanam. Anukulyena Krishnanu shilanam. So, anukulyata. We understood now. Krishnanu shilanam. Anushilanam. What is we understood? Anukulyata means it's favorable. Anukulakke. Anukulakke. Favorable attitude. Favorable attitude you should have. So, what is a favorable attitude? As I said, the intention. The intention matters the most. So when you are doing some action, so we should have full concentration and while you are performing an activity, but at the same time should also have proper intention. Oh, let me do this seva very beautifully, very perfectly. But you should also have the intention that let me not take name and fame and power and prestige. After doing this activity perfectly, people will start appreciating me. Let me not take that. So intention matters the most. So, like just like when Krishna also, as I said in the first class, when Krishna also, again, I wanted to tell you want to share this. When Krishna was fighting with the demons, it may be anyone. He took pleasure in fighting with them. He was not crying. He was not morose, very sad. Chivalry, Viri Rasa. He was exhibiting his chivalry rasa in that. But Krishna became angry when mother own Yashoda, his own mother Yashoda left him and to take care of the milk which was on fire, the Damodarilla. He was angry, isn't it? So it does it mean that the demons performed a better bhakti than Yashoda? You have to understand, Yashoda had a favorable attitude while the demons were filled with a hostile attitude, wanted to kill Krishna. So that was not bhakti. What bhakti was, even though he was angry at Yashoda, that was very much pleasing to him. Really pleasing. That is real bhakti. Intention is more important. Because not that Kamsa, Chanura, Malla Yuddha and all those things, they are trying to kill Krishna. And that Krishna is exhibited. So externally you can't understand Krishna like this. Open. We have to understand his mood. What is the mood is that he looks only for the intention. What is your real color? Or this is what Lord wants to see. So Anukulyena plus Krishnanushilanam is both. We are told Anukulyena Krishnanushilanam. So one is attitude and one is action. Krishnanushilanam is action, that kaya vacha manasa, you have to engage your service. Anushilanam, what you heard from your authorities, you have to cultivate it, Krishna consciousness. And anukulyata is, anukulata means favorably, is with the proper kind of attitude to trying to please Krishna. Your devotional service, you are doing only to, your intention is only to please Guru and Krishna. That should is a motive we have to understand. Then further, Anyabhilashata Shunyam. Let's go to the second one is Gauna Vritti and Mukhya Vritti. So we understood the Mukhya Vritti about this. And Gauna Rutti is that we should not Anya Abresha Shunya, that you should be completely free from all material desires, and you should not have any ulterior motives or any material desires in doing this. And Abhilashita means should not have any material desires. And Anya Abhilashita Gnana Karma Adi Anavrutam. So Gnana and Karma also should be complete from the Gnana Karma that we discussed previously. So what is the definition of bhakti according to Narada Pancharatra? According to Narada Pancharatra, where Narada Muni wrote Bhakti Sutras, Narada Bhakti Sutras is very beautiful. It is also available in our counter. Narada Bhakti Sutras, amazing book it is. When Narada, in near the Kusum Sarovar, there is a Narada Kund. So Narada sat there and wrote that beautifully. So there is a Narada Pancharatra also. In that it is saying the beautiful, now we discussed about verse, what is that? Anya from Bhakti Rasam Sindhu, the definition of Bhakti according to Bhakti Rasam Sindhu that we discussed. What is that? Anyabhlashita Shunya Gnana Karma Adi Anavratam Anukulyena Krishna Shivanam Bhakti Ruttamam that we discussed. Now we'll discuss about what is the definition of Bhakti according to Narada Pancharatra and what is the comparison we'll do. So definition of Bhakti according to Narada Pancharatra is Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam Tat Paratvena Nirmalam Rishikena Sivanam Bhakti Ruchyate Bhakti Ruttamam. So what is a Sarvopadi Nirmuktam? Let's first try to understand what is the meaning of Sarvopadi Upadi. Upadi means you should be completely free from all designation, all conditions of life. Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam, you should be completely free from all material desires. And Tat Paratvena Nirmalam, Tat Paratvena Nirmalam means we should, Tat Paratvena, Tat Paratva means you should follow. You should do in line or to please the Krishna. Tat Paratvena. Tat means Krishna. Paratvena, according to him. So you should do only to please Krishna, your activities. Nirmalam, and you should be completely free from all obstructions, like as Gnana Karma and all those things. Rishikena Sivanam Bhakti Ruchyate Bhakti Ruttamam. So Bhakti is defined as a service done by one's senses to the master of senses. So we have to understand this. So what is the difference? Let's make the similarities. What is the similarity? Let's compare and see. So here it's saying Saropadi Vinur Muktam. It is completely, we should be completely free from, should be devoid of all material designations, conditions, or material desires. Same thing the Bhakti Rasamsindhu also saying. What is saying? Anya Abhilasha Shunyam. Anya Abhilasha don't have any material designation, material the desires. Shunyam should be there. And Tat Paratvena Nirmalam. So it should done to please Krishna. That's what even Bhakti Rasamsindhu is saying. Anukulyata. You should be pleasing to Krishna. Anukulata, Krishna's pleasure. And Nirmalam, which is completely free from Gnana and Karma. That's what is Gnana Karma Adhyanavartam. And Rishike means we have Rishika, Rishikena. So our Rishikena means our senses. So we should engage our senses in the service of Krishna sensor, Rishikesha. So when we engage our senses in serving Krishna, pleasing Krishna's senses, say Bhakti Ruttamam. That's what here also Bhakti Rasamdas is saying. Krishna Anushilanam, Bhakti Ruttamam, same thing. So what is the definition of Bhakti according to Srimad Bhagavatam? It is wonderfully explained by Kapila Dev to Devoti. It comes in the third canto. So there, here is saying, Ahaituki. Ahaituki he is saying. What is Ahaituki means? Without any material desires, even for liberation. Ahaituki. And further it is saying that Avyavahita, Ahaituki Avyavahita. Avyavahita is again he is saying that Bhakti is completely free from all Gnana and Karma. Gnana, Avyavahita. So it is the third canto, some 29 chapter it comes. So where Kapila Dev is also explaining this in Srimad Bhagavatam. So we have to understand that when we start doing bhakti, what are the effects of doing bhakti? What is the result of doing bhakti? What is the phala, or what is the what is a take? What is my take in doing bhakti? What is a phala? What is my result? What is the purpose of doing bhakti? We have to understand there's a 6 unique characteristics as explained in the Bhakti Rasam Sindhu. So what are the 6 characteristics? Klesha Agni. First one says Klesha Agni means Klesha. Agni means the Bhakti Seva is so wonderful that all our material sufferings will be completely eradicated, completely removed. Klesha Agni. Bhakti destroys all our sufferings. All other kind of sufferings, all the papas, all the sinful reactions we have done, and all the papa bijas we are yet to fructify, those papa bijas, and all the ignorance, avidya, so that you don't do again any sin. So these 3 things completely will be eradicated, completely will be burnt, completely will be destroyed. So when you start doing bhakti, your papam means your sinful reactions you're undergoing, and papa bijam, which is still awaiting for you to suffer, and your avidya and your the mood or intention to do papam will be completely destroyed. So let's further decipher this. What is a papam? Actually, in papam also we have to understand. Papam has a 2 way of understanding. Papa is a sinful reaction. There are 2 types of papam. One is called as a prarabdha karma and aprarabdha karma. We have heard, oh, prarabdha karma pa. So they will say, isn't it? We have heard this. So there is a aprarabdha karma and prarabdha karma. So aprarabdha karma means which is not yet matured, which is not manifested yet. The example is a person has done theft and he is still not been chased or caught by the police. It's not been arrested. That is still that aprarabdha karma. It's awaiting. It's his reaction is still awaited. And prarabdha karma is what? Prarabdha karma is in mature state. Always it is manifested. Always is ready. Is going through. Is experiencing through. Already suffering. So the already sufferings, it may be like chronic disease, or you have some legal implications, or some low birth, or less intelligent, or ugly, or lack of education, or all those things. It is called as a prarabdha karma, which is we are undergoing. So it is saying that bhakti can destroy both prarabdha karma and aprarabdha karma. Aprarabdha karma, which is still yet to fructify, is also destroyed. It is said in Bhagavatam only in 11th canto, where Krishna himself is expressing about the devotional service to Uddhava. There he is saying Krishna is bhakti, is like a blazing fire. It can destroy all of our sins into ashes. Into ashes. So that is very important that we have to understand. Krishna himself is explaining that even though that the sins which are yet to be fructified, even those sins are completely burnt or papa bijas. Just like we have to understand, even in Krishna, fighting is obviously it is a sinful activity. To kill someone is a sinful activity. No one agrees to this. Even no shastras agree. Jiva himsa, kutinati, all the puja pratishtha labhas are all very dangerous for our life. So to do jiva himsa, to himsa to of any living entity, not only man, even an ant or a mosquito is also very offensive. It is a very sinful activity. But Krishna is ordering to kill. Krishna is ordering to fight Arjuna. So why? Because Arjuna followed Krishna's instructions and became a devotional service. Arjuna was not attached to the results of his action. That's what he was completely free from any sinful reactions. Just like a military man, he's going to kill 100 people, 100 enemies, Pakistani people. Oh, military will be happy. Oh, they will give Veera Chakra. They will give Ashok Chakra, whatever the Veera Chakra. They will give the titles and they honor him, and they give roads will be named after him, and so many things should come in. So similarly, but the same man, if he goes and kills his wife or child, then he'll be court-martialed. So aprarabdha karma, that prarabdha karma is what we have to understand here. And so it is a prarabdha. So prarabdha karma is also completely destroyed, and aprarabdha karma is also completely destroyed by doing devotional service. So the second one is bhakti, also kleshagni, that completely it destroys all of our sins, and Kleshagni Shubhadha, it brings auspicious in our life. It brings bestows auspicious in our life. And Moksha Dhatu, so it gives liberation from all the material sufferings. And this also, it is very rarely attained. Sudurlabaha. It is very difficult. We can't anyone can have this. No, very difficult. It's only because of Guru and Krishna that we have got an opportunity to know about bhakti, engage ourselves in bhakti, and this is what all about. So when we start doing all these things, automatically the manifest, the happiness or bliss is automatically manifest in our life. And that's how Krishna Karshati, it attracts Krishna's grace. Krishna attracts Krishna's view, is a kripa drishti upon us. So that are the 6 characteristics of a bhakti. So it destroys all material sufferings, and it brings all auspiciousness, and it liberates us from all the sufferings, and it brings bliss in our life, happiness, and it is rarely attained. It is only because of Guru Krishna that we have got this, not that we can achieve this. And finally is Krishna, we can attract Krishna by bhakti. These are the unique characteristics of bhakti. And I think so it's already time up now. So if anyone has, we'll continue further in the next few classes, and I'll go forward to get more information about this wonderful subject further. And I request all of you to get prepared and come well in advance, so that we can also discuss very much important things, so that it will be useful for you, it suits you, and the meeting will be very fruitful to you. Else, it just remains like any other sessions you can watch even offline in YouTube, and doesn't help you. So when someone is there already and trying to help you, so you request you to take this opportunity to ask questions. So anyone has any questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhu, a small question, Prabhu, regarding this Bhakti Sutra and Vedanta Sutra. So, how to differentiate? Both are same or different, Prabhuji?
No. Vedanta Sutra is given by Vedavyas after writing all the Vedas. So he codified, he simplified, he made formulas to understand that. That is Vedanta Sutra. So there are Vedanta Sutra is aphorisms. So say 1500 statements makes a Vedanta Sutra. 1500 statements. Atato Brahma Jignasa, Ayam Atma Brahma, Tattvamasi, like that. All those things it goes. So this is basically different this thing. And Bhakti Sutra was written by Narada Muni, who is the guru of Vedavyas, social status. So then he writes only about the bhakti, how bhakti can even transcend the material existence. So if you do only this Vedanta Sutra, you will be only into dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Moksha also, it is not that completely you'll be in spiritual world always. You may come back if you have some desires, just like we all came back into this material world and we also free. So, but when you have beyond that, it's called as a prema. That's what even after writing Vedanta Sutra, Vedavyas was really despondent, was not happy. Then Narada tells him, please glorify the Lord sufficiently. That's why he wrote Bhagavatam. That is a natural commentary for Vedanta Sutra, where he glorifies Krishna. That is a Krishna prema, about how to attach. So Chaitanya Prabhu, that's what he says. Nadanam najanam na sundarim kavita mama janmaneshwari bhavadat bhakti rahitu ki toy. So he's saying mama janmaneshwari. So let me get number of birds, but let me always try to love you and please you. That is a thing. So beyond this Purusharthas, this Panchama Purushartha is what Narada Muni wrote in Narada Bhakti Sutras. So when Mataji has send some message here. you said bhakti should be free from gnana and karma. Can you please explain how it should be free from gnana? Sorry, I have some issues with mic, so posting my questions here. So, see, gnana means speculative knowledge. Gnana, what they are saying is, see, if you want to understand what bhakti is, you should know ABCD. You should know the formation of sentence. You should understand the language. You should read. You should under the practice about Prahlad. You have to know Drava Maharaj, you have to know Bhagavatam, you have to know Bhagavad Gita, you have to know all this. It's true. So Gnana is not saying that go the bhakti is not explaining that go in front of the Lord and just cry. That is called bhavukas. Krishna, that is not supported here. That is not saying that gnana with gnana agni dagda karmani. We can burn our karmas by gnana. Gnana is like a sharp knife, and we should know how to use that knife. So by using gnana, we should see gnana and vairagya, that is told in Bhagavatam itself in the 11th canto. Gnana and vairagya are the two wheels of a cart where bhakti stands. Or Gnana and Vairagya, the two children of Bhakti. That Bhakti becomes very old and she comes to Vrindavan, she will be revived. That story is there in Bhagavatam. So Gnana and Vairagya are means to attain the Bhakti. That is our Gaudiya philosophy, Gaudiya Vedanta, Gaudiya Siddhanta. But Madhva Siddhanta is a little different. They say Bhakti is a means to attain the Gnana. So since this Bhakti Rasam Sindhu was written by Rupa Goswami, it is full of mellows, full of rasa tattva, how to relate ourselves with Krishna, because everyone can't be a gnani. Very difficult how to understand Sanskrit philosophy, Sanskrit the intricacies. You can't do tarkas with the people. Vyakyarthas you can't do. Not debate and try to understand Lord. So many intricacies. So that is very difficult for a common man to do. The best way, like Purandasa, Karakadasa, Annamaya, Ramdasa, how they give, simply take the name of the chant the name of the Lord and do devotional service, have regulated sadhana life, and you will be perfected in your life. You can go back to God. That's what all the bhakti movement is all about. So gnana is very much important to understand what bhakti is, but it is not the end. It is only means to attain the bhakti. So once you start loving something, you don't have to know more information about it. Once you develop a love for a girl or a boy, then once you attach to it, you don't have to get more information about him or her. Already you have developed this thing. Then what happens if you start getting, generally it happens when if that love is there and you got then you trying to find more about him. Hey, what is he doing? Where is he going? Show me your mobile. What is your password? What all WhatsApp? You do have any other girlfriend? This thing. Then it becomes very ugly. You don't have faith on me, and she would do the same thing when after marriage. What is the use? I have to suffer whole life. Is then the faith on me? This is a simple philosophy, simple thing. So bhakti, the gnana is very much required to understand the bhakti, but it's not the end. It is only means. Any other questions? I think so. We can end here today. Thank you all for joining this wonderful session. I was really enlightened by explaining wonderful concepts. Thank you for patientful hearing. And we'll all again meet next week. Thank you so much. I request everyone to say Hare Krishna once, and we'll end the session.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Because
you
what
so much,
happens,
Prabhuji.
what happens, the speaking online, it is a dead. Is a dead computer here, dead mobile here, and the internet. So bodhanta parasparam doesn't happen. It's only one way. So at least I hear Hare Krishna from you. I also be purified by hearing Hare Krishna from all of you. So thank you all so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hare
Jai,
Krishna.
jai, jai.